Ashley Wood, or as he's sometimes known, Ashley Wood. He's an artist. And this is some of his art. This is a big book. And it's heavy, full of his artwork. He's Australian, I believe, which I know it's a bit of an odd one, but he's still a good artist, in spite of that fact. Look at all the he's done a lot, frankly. This is one of his many books, and it's 800 fucking pages long. I could make an entire set of videos just on this book, talking about all the shit he does, because there's so bloody much of it. Digital paintings, and more digital paintings. Oil paintings and ink drawings, and all kinds of shit. Oil paintings with digital stuff on top of them, and same with ink drawings. Every single fucking page is just a full picture. There's no words, no about this sections, no nonsense. All just fucking good, solid artwork. And every single page is inspirational in some kind of way. You can take inspiration from just about everything he does. It's all just fucking gorgeous, bloody fucking artwork, man. There's quite a lot I could say about Ashley Wood. I'll try to spread it out throughout the video. But suffice to say, he's right. Oh, I'd say. Look at that. Quick, loose, obviously very loose ink sketches. And then either digitally or physically using the Letraset dots on there. Some tone. Some things. Just fucking good, man. Digital paintings. Look at that. Atmospheric. That's what that is. Atmosphere. Oh, I can't go through the whole book because I will literally go through the whole book. Which is what I've done from time to time, is I literally set an evening aside to just go through this page by page by page and marvel at everything he bloody does. All these robot characters he has, all his girls he paints, astronauts and things, robots and girls, all cool shit. I don't know exactly where he started. I know he's done some stuff for 2000 AD. He's got at least one Judge Dredd strip, which looks nothing like his nowadays work. It was many years ago he did it, I guess. And honestly, when the first time I saw it, I didn't realise it was his strip. It's all like airbrushed, very detailed and again atmospheric. But yeah, you totally would not know it was Ashley Wood unless you fucking knew it was Ashley. That's cool. Klimt. It's quite neat. I like that. But yeah, so yeah, he's done stuff, for 2000 AD, Judge Dredd and whatnot. And aside from that, as far as I can tell, he mostly just does his own shit, which is why I hold him in such high esteem as one of my absolute favourite artistos. I have, like Glenn Fabry is like my favourite just because it's easy to say. If someone says who's your favourite artist, it's easy to say, oh, Glenn Fabry, just because. But Ashley Wood is, if not joint first, then very close. This is one of the first paintings of Ashley Wood's I saw, and I loved it straight away. It's just so good, man. It's just so fucking good. But yeah, Ashley Wood is one of my favourites, partly because of his work is fucking good. The amount of different work he does, from stuff like this to stuff like this to stuff like this, all in the same book, man. Because I personally, I feel not bad about it, but there's a very strong difference between my drawings and my paintings that I sometimes worry is too different. Like, you can't necessarily tell that they're by the same people. But then I see shit like this and I'm like, you wouldn't necessarily know those are by the same person. but they are. So it's all good. Just do your shit. And Ashley Wood does his shit, and he does it well. Le Mort 13, I think. This is quite a cool character he's got. Yeah. Just marker pens and shit, and it's just... it's fucking good, man. But yeah, he's absolutely a pristine, perfect example of an artist who just does their thing, and it's good, and people love it, and he puts it out. He publishes book after book after book, his own comics and stuff. He just puts out more and more stuff again and again and again, and it's all just fucking good stuff, man. And we've got some of it here. Everything I own of his, I've literally happened upon. I try to track down some of his stuff. It's either really expensive or you just can't get hold of it. But every now and again, I've seen some of his stuff in a comic book shop or an art shop or a bookshop or whatever, and gotten it instantly. This book was £75 when I got it, and I bought it straight away, no questions. Just yes, I'm spending £75 on that book because I need it. I need that fucking Ashley Wood art book. So we'll leave that one for now. It's all water damaged and covered in paint and ink and stuff because I don't take care of my possessions because they're only possessions. He's very much an artist's artist. This is the collected Doomed magazine, which he did, which was a collection of short horror stories illustrated by himself and other comic book artists. So that's one of his there, and some others. And obviously, of course, there's covers in the back by him and other artists. Point being, as well as his own artwork, he very much is not at the forefront, but a very, very strong proponent of gathering other artists and putting other artists out there. He did these little Sparrow books. I've got a few of them. These are a couple with his name on, but he did a whole series of these little books of other artists, like showcasing, I guess, his friends, artists he likes and admires. So he did these ones, which are his own, which are quite cool. You know, if you're going to do a series of art books based on artists you like, you may as well throw your own in there as well. Just neat little art books, little cheap, affordable art books. You know, it's all good shit, man. Again, pretty much anything Ashley Wood touches, I fall in love with instantly. And how can you not, really? And this one is a book of sketches and ideas, which is also good to see, because you see all his paintings, and then you see just rough sketches and deals and things, which is very, very cool. I like it a lot. That's fucking good, man. You can see that in a lot of his paintings. Like, he's very rough with a lot of them. He's not too precise and pristine, which I really admire, because you can. It still captures figures and atmosphere and story within such rough artwork. That's marked, because I got him to send me a drawing for a zine I made, and he sent me that before it had been published anywhere else, and then it was published in this book. Anyway, that's cool. So these called Sparrow, and then he has Starling, and there's another series he had called Swallow. Bird names. So this is another book. Again, I just happened upon this book. Paintings, mostly paintings of women at the start of this. Look at that. That's just a gorgeous painting. Light and stuff on that's good. Space girls. And I love how, like, that looks like it's an unfinished piece almost, but you can consider it finished just because it's one of his pieces. And, you know, how can you really call a piece of art finished or unfinished? Robots. World War Robot was a thing he did. And he also makes, or designs, I guess, toys with the company 3A that he's a part of. And then the most ridiculously detailed, like, artist-designed toys ever, and they're all incredible. I'm not a toy collector, but if I was, I'd want a whole fucking room full of those. But also I need to spend my entire life working just to buy them because they're all bloody expensive. And rightly so, really, you know. But again, I do like that he does, you know, toys and shit which are expensive because there's a lot of work that goes into them. But he also releases shit like this, just like little affordable art books for the people. Yeah. As mentioned, he did 2000 AD stuff, comics. He does comic book stuff as well. Zombies versus Robots is a comic he did with, I forget the guy's name, Ryle? Ryle is the guy who wrote it. Chris Ryle wrote it, and then Ashley Wood drew it. And I've mentioned a few times, I really, really, really love Ashley Wood's comic book style. And I believe he said in an interview how he doesn't believe that you need copiously detailed pages with all the backgrounds done and everything, you know, ruled straight lines with perspective and everything. To tell a story, you just need quick, instant, like this is what's happening in each panel, and you move the story along. And, you know, Zombies versus Robots is a perfect example of that. You set the scene, you show what's happening in the scene, and you move it along. And it's just fucking cool. I assume it's all ink drawings and then coloured in Photoshop. And I love his colour palettes throughout all of his books that I've shown and that I will show. The colour palettes he uses are great. Very, very sort of like washed out, toned down, almost sepia. And then, yeah, like monotone, monochromatic pieces. And because of the lines he uses, there's a lot of movement and energy in them, so zombies and shit look all... I mean, for being dead, they look very lively. Which is something, I guess. And yeah, really cool, like, use of panel space. And panels, the actual ink drawing of this is like so minimal, but then he makes it work as a page. And this is actually, because this is the combined Zombies versus Robots as well as Zombies versus Robots versus Amazons, which is like the second volume of the comic, I guess. Which is cool. And there's a fucking Minotaur in there. Bullfight. Yeah, it's fucking good. Yeah, his composition, his lighting, contrast, everything, like the way he makes a comic book page is up there with the best of them, absolutely. And his art style is very, very, very individual. Like you can tell an Ashley Wood piece straight away. You know, especially nowadays compared to his old Judge Dredd thing that he did. It's really, really standout work. And again, comics are, you know, pretty affordable, so it's good that he does stuff like that. That's that. This I also managed to pick up ages and ages ago, a super big edition of Zombies versus Robots. So not with the Amazons bit, just the Zombies versus Robots, but it's big, so you can get a really good look at the artwork, and I really like that. Like, I mean, you could take this book apart and hang the pieces in frames easily, especially at the back, because they got fucking covers. That shit. Oil paintings. Ugh. Cool. Fucking cool. Good shit. Yummy, yummy, delicious, goody goods. The end. For now. That's cool. As well as everything else, in comic books specifically, he helped to restart the Tank Girl franchise, which Alan Martin, the writer, and Jamie Hewlett of Gorillaz fame did ages and ages ago, late 80s, early 90s. Then they made a film, and it was shit, and it ruined Tank Girl. Then, in 2007, I think, 2007, Ashley Wood and Alan Martin, the original writer, restarted Tank Girl. Oh, that's right, these were the first ones. 2007, yes. yeah, so brand new stories from the original writer of Tank Girl with Ashley Wood's artwork, as well as Rufus Dayglow. So some of them are Rufus Dayglow, some of them are Ashley Wood. Is this? Oh yeah, they're the same comic. But, I think this is okay. So I've got this. So this is the collection of the first revamp of the Tank Girl series. Again, Ashley Wood art, very, very obviously Ashley Wood art. Very, very different to the original Tank Girl. I remember him saying how, you know, Tank Girl was a punk and thus was very sort of like counterculture for her time. But a modern Tank Girl, to still be considered counterculture, you know, couldn't really dress like a punk because, you know, that's not too outrageous. Like a lot of people dress like that nowadays. So he put her dressing in sort of like finer clothes. I don't know if I can find any in here, but I remember him saying somewhere specifically how, you know, he had Tank Girl in like a suit, looking all like fancy and nice, which was cool because she was still edgy and shit, but wearing a fucking suit or something. I don't bloody know. There you go. So it's Tank Girl, but looking like that, which is pretty fucking cool. Oh, I'm down with that. I like it. Because if you're going to restart a thing, like, it seems silly to just do it the same as you always did it. But then in the more recent Tank Girls, they have sort of, in terms of her look and everything, gone a bit more back to how she was before. But, you know, Ashley Wood had his own take on it, did it, and it was really good for what it was at the time. These covers are all really cool. And, you know, if you're going to have anyone do your comic, Ashley Wood's a pretty fucking good person to have do it. This is a really funny little, like, 3-4 page strip. 3-4 including the title page. I'll read Kill Jumbo. Burger quick, clip. Okay, Jack, ready to catch? Take it easy, girl. Short, sharp breaths, concentrate. Kill Jumbo, kill Jumbo, kill Jumbo. There's Jumbo, kill the fat bastard. Zoom, there goes Jumbo. Oh my god. Bam, 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 bam. You fucking die. Sniffless, you fucking freak. Bam, 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 bam. Die. Bam, 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 blah. Tosser got away. Fuck, he got away. Later that day, what's on the box? It's fucking joke time with Jumbo, the wanker. Christ, give me strength. So we're going to be playing the same game again tomorrow? Okay, but let's go for a soap star this time. No more kids' TV presenters. The hyperactive bastards move too fucking fast. Ha, that's quite a funny little, just a funny little strip, which is one of the really good things about Tank Girl is they have pages that are just single pages with like a poem with an illustration. You know, a few really, really short little, tiny little stories. There you go, just one page, some text and shit. And then, you know, full stories that go... We're talking about Ashley Wood, not Tank Girl. So these, obviously he did the artwork for that, which is cool. But then most of the interior is Rufus Dayglow, the other artist who did the new Tank Girls, which is good, but sort of... his artwork's good, but it's not like mind-blowing, you know, not terribly outrageous, but it's good. That's a bunch of Tank Girl. I got like... Those are the same comic, but I got them for the different covers because it's Ashley Wood covers, you know. Cool shit. Tank Girl and Booger. And we end with a prime example of Ashley Wood literally doing what he wants, being in a position where he can say, I'm going to publish a thing, and he publishes a thing, and he makes his money, keeps doing his art, and it's a circle of that, and it's, you know, it's something I idolise or whatever. I think this is a special monster size. I don't know if all of them are this big. It's in bad condition because where the fuck do you keep something of this size? Again, water damaged, paint damaged, because whatever. But it's called FI or Fuck It with TP Louise, who I think is his wife. They just put this together. Fuck it, because why not? That was the whole idea. Was let's just throw some shit together, publish a thing, give a fuck. IDW Publishing, he's obviously on very good terms with them. I assume he calls them up or emails them probably and says, "Oi, I got some shit to publish," and they're like, bang it. We'll do it. No problem. Let's go. Publish it. Fuck it. Cool. So yeah, some random comics he does. And then there's paintings and drawings. I guess these are either watercolours or wet oils on just board or something. They're quite cool. Robot fuck party. Sketches and drawings, collage and shit. Fat naked chicks. Cool paintings. I love the way it's all laid out as well. It's very, very interesting. Stuff like that. It's just cool shit, man. Fuck it, comics section. So this is all just comics. Again, love his, way of laying out comic pages and stuff. Very rough. I think it's probably, an acquired taste. Like again. As I've said with Hellboy in the past, when I first saw it, I was really like, meh, the fuck is this shit? Because, I had a diet of classic, like, superhero comics and whatever. So if it doesn't look like a traditional comic, you're not really used to it. You don't necessarily like it. And I feel like this could be like that as well. If you're not really into the art, then you may not appreciate comics like that. Ooh, the pages are stuck together. Obviously, I've been wanking over it too much. Oh, and why not? Look at that. It's fucking hot shit, man. So yeah, just a fucking killer of an artist. You all probably know who Ashley Wood is, so I'm not really breaking new ground. But just praising him for being a fantastic artist and not, he's clearly not worried about fitting into anywhere or doing anything as he's proposed to do it. He does what he fucking wants to do and he produces the work, which is, I think, what counts. You can say a lot of shit about, I just do what I want and and then, never do anything. But Ashley Wood's a guy who says, I'm going to do what I want and it's going to be this, this and this. And he fucking does it and it's all good. And that's the end.